Okay, it's the ultimate show planner for online presentations, and coming up in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to talk very briefly about that true north and the through line I've been mentioning all along. So why is it important that you can't just hit any road? Well, I think that the direction of things is really important, and if you are too close up on a map, or if you just pull in and don't see the environment around you while you speak, you may not be focused on that true north and the direction that you have for your talk. And this is kind of a little bit like the map that's in the background. It's kind of dizzying because it's just a little bit too close. And what you'd want to do is just pull out a little bit to go and see a little more detail. And this is an interesting quote by Lewis Carroll that says, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. I'd say while you work on your idea and while you're busy putting your talk together, it really helps, even on a sticky note or a post-it pad, to try and keep the focus of what you're working visible all the time. Write down your key idea, put it on the top of your laptop on a sticky so it really is actually tangible right there, or really near you on a lamp or something on the wall so that it's visible all of the time, because this through line is really everything. I think it sits at the heart of a message, and if you go back to that thread that you see in my image talking about the 3 acts that Aristotle sort of talked about, you see that red thread that runs through all of it. In fact, if you go and look at how the TEDx people train up, they talk about the golden thread method, and this method is really very simply to look at a string of pearls almost as ideas that conceptually sit on a golden thread, and that golden thread has to sit from each point, advances on the thread to the next one, and the key story pieces are these little beats that connect the dots and make a singular thought be shareable. If I can put that in a visual for you, I would say this is probably the visual of just these beautiful drops of dewdrops sitting on a spider web. That's just beautiful, and I don't know, it's captivating. I like the image, so I thought to share that with you. I would say if you're going to develop your support material next, you want to start embellishing on what that core idea is, or the 6 thoughts that you're going to share in the hour, and then start looking at examples that you're going to have, stories you're going to share, anecdotes. We're going to do a whole webinar around storytelling, as I said. Be sure to check out that. Look out for things that support, definitions, quotes, any kind of support material. And I thought to very briefly show you how I work with it when I'm in a presentation. Each of my presentations has a very strong support structure, which has the talk up front, the billboard or a headline. It has an initial lineup of the first half an hour's talk. In each 7 minutes, I have a lineup of what's coming up next, and there's also a header board. In terms of my support material, those elements are usually my model where I work from. There'll be quotes, there'll be anecdotes, there'll be now I can't think of the word. There are checklists. I usually try and hang something on the board by pinning an idea, and I show movie clips and stuff that help to embellish and to get your material to land. Now, those are all things that are support materials, and the moment that you start putting that together in your presentation, you can see how quickly that beat sheet starts filling out and gets a whole lot of material. I want to remind you of this, which is to always remember your standby material. If an emergency happens, if there's something that reboots, if there's something that you have to do, be sure to have an emergency slide handy somewhere. And of course, remember to have a Q&A board ready as well, because there are those awful moments while I'm busy trying between the glasses and be looking a little uncomfortable or out of the shot. And in those moments, you want to be able to cut to a slide like that. If there's something I can leave you with at the end of this section, I would say your key focus areas, everything. It's easy to get distracted, so be sure that you have it visible in front of you. Remember the audience, what is relevant to your audience, and then if all else fails, edit constantly to get rid of anything that may distract.